The sweeping landscapes, fierce battles, and tragic romance of The Last of the Mohicans made it one of the most unforgettable films of the 1990s. Michael Mann's epic captured the spirit of frontier survival and cultural conflict with breathtaking visuals and powerful performances. But beneath the surface of this historical drama lies a wilderness of secrets. From grueling actor transformations to daring filmmaking experiments and hidden inaccuracies, the movie story off-camera is just as captivating as what appeared on screen. Let's uncover 25 secrets about The Last of the Mohicans that have been hidden for decades. Number 1. Lewis trains like a frontiersman. Stepping into the role of Hawkeye meant fully immersing himself in the wild in ways few performers would attempt. Determined to embody the character completely, Daniel Day-Lewis spent months preparing by adopting the lifestyle of an 18th-century woodsman. He aimed to ensure every gesture, survival technique, and weapon movement appeared entirely authentic. During preparation, he mastered hunting, fishing, and cooking using only period-appropriate tools. He even kept a flintlock rifle with him at all times, including when sleeping, so it would feel natural in his grip. He practiced starting fires with flint and steel, tracking wildlife, and building shelters from raw materials. By the time filming began, handling frontier equipment required no performance. He had internalized it. Audiences watching him navigate forests, ignite fires, or wield weapons were witnessing genuine survival training translated to screen. This commitment helped shape one of cinema's most convincing frontier heroes. Number 2. Fort William Henry was constructed from the ground up. Rather than relying on studio backlots, the production recreated the historic fort deep within North Carolina's forests. Along the edge of Lake James, a sprawling 40-acre replica rose using timber cut specifically for the film. Complete with ramparts, towers, and working interiors, the structure reflected the appearance of an 18th-century stronghold. It was not merely decorative. Many areas functioned practically, allowing performers and cameras to move naturally within its walls. The ambitious build reportedly cost around $6 million and was dismantled after shooting concluded. Though temporary, it gave battle scenes a tangible authenticity, making audiences feel as though they were witnessing real siege warfare. Number 3. Russell Means stood up for the extras. Portraying Chingachgook, he also advocated behind the scenes for the more than 175 native performers hired for the film. Recognizing their importance to authenticity, he pushed for improved pay, accommodations, and respectful treatment. His activism ensured their presence was meaningful rather than ornamental. Means' efforts echoed his lifelong dedication to Indigenous rights and fair representation, adding depth to the production's legacy. Number 4. Though set in colonial New York, filming occurred in North Carolina. Michael Mann selected the Blue Ridge Mountains for their dramatic landscapes, dense forests, rivers, cliffs, and waterfalls that convincingly doubled for the northern frontier. Locations such as Lake James and Chimney Rock provided expansive, undeveloped terrain ideal for large-scale set construction without modern interference. The region's natural grandeur amplified themes of isolation and survival, convincing many viewers the story had truly been shot in upstate New York. Number 5. Eric Schwag's journey to portraying Uncas was marked by hardship. Facing instability in his early years after being adopted, he discovered creative outlets through carving and painting before turning to acting. By the early 1990s, he secured one of his first significant roles in The Last of the Mohicans. His portrayal of Uncas carried quiet dignity and strength, and understanding his personal resilience adds emotional weight to his performance. Number 6. The score underwent a last-minute overhaul. Composer Trevor Jones initially crafted music with strong electronic elements. As production progressed, Michael Mann felt a fuller orchestral approach better suited the film's sweeping scope. With deadlines tight, Jones reworked much of the music, but time constraints led to Randy Edelman contributing additional compositions. Despite separate efforts, their combined work produced a cohesive and memorable soundtrack celebrated to this day. Number 7. The iconic theme Promontory drew inspiration from the Scottish tune The Gale, written by Dougie MacLean in 1990. Adapted and orchestrated for the film, The melody evolved into a powerful cinematic piece layered with strings and percussion, becoming one of the era's most recognizable themes and frequently performed beyond the movie itself. Number 8. The film earned an Academy Award for Best Sound at the 1993 ceremony, its only Oscar win. The immersive sound design, from musket fire to cascading water and battlefield cries, heightened realism and contributed significantly to the film's impact. Number 9. Clannad's song, I Will Find You, appeared in multiple versions depending on the cut of the film, sometimes varying in length and language, blending English with Gaelic and Mohegan elements to suit different releases. Number 10. Financially, the film succeeded impressively. Produced for about $40 million, it grossed over $143 million worldwide, proving that a historical epic could captivate mainstream audiences. Number 11. Despite striving for authenticity, certain British uniforms and regimental flags depicted in the film contained inaccuracies, with some units misrepresented or historically absent from the portrayed events. Number 12. Battle scenes occasionally sacrificed realism for excitement, depicting muskets firing repeatedly without the lengthy reloading required in the 18th century. While this enhanced pacing, historians note it adds a touch of cinematic fantasy to otherwise gritty sequences. The fast-paced musket fire may not have reflected real 18th century warfare, but it created the kind of edge-of-your-seat intensity that helped make The Last of the Mohicans so unforgettable. Number 13. Continuity mistakes appear throughout the film. Even a production crafted with such care could not avoid small slip-ups. Attentive viewers have identified several continuity errors scattered across the story. In one moment, a snapped tree branch is already visible before a character reaches for it, revealing that the scene was not fully reset between takes. In other instances, movements fail to align perfectly from one camera angle to the next, and certain props subtly shift positions between cuts. These minor inconsistencies do not disrupt the overall experience, but once spotted, they are difficult to ignore. Like many films produced under demanding schedules, editing occasionally prioritized pacing over meticulous detail. These small flaws serve as reminders that even sweeping historical epics are created within real-world pressures. They reveal the human element behind filmmaking, where urgency and ambition sometimes leave tiny oversights behind. For some fans, these imperfections even add charm, proving that no masterpiece is entirely flawless. Number 14. Reshaped geography at Lake George. The grand scenery in The Last of the Mohicans suggests strict historical precision, yet not every location mirrors reality. A notable creative liberty appears during the siege of Fort William Henry. In the film, Hawkeye observes the bombardment from across an island in Lake George, a landform that does not actually exist. This fictional addition allowed director Michael Mann to design more dramatic staging and camera perspectives. The altered geography provided an ideal vantage point for witnessing the chaos of the fort under attack, something that would have been difficult at the true site. From a storytelling perspective, the change worked beautifully, though historians recognize it as artistic modification. Most viewers likely never questioned the placement of cliffs, water, and terrain, but those familiar with the region can see how Hollywood reshaped the landscape for dramatic effect. The result may not have been geographically accurate, yet it delivered one of the film's most visually striking moments. Number 15. A blend of languages on screen. One of the film's quieter strengths is its multilingual dialogue. Rather than relying solely on English, the production incorporated French, Cherokee, Mohawk, and Delaware, reflecting the cultural complexity of the 18th century frontier. This approach added texture and realism, allowing audiences to sense the diverse alliances and tensions of the era. French officers deliver commands in their own tongue, while native leaders speak in theirs, reinforcing that the French and Indian War involved many nations and perspectives. Subtitles guided modern viewers, but the use of multiple languages deepened immersion and emphasized the challenges of communication during wartime, where misunderstandings could alter outcomes. This detail helped give the film its layered authenticity. Number 16. Major stars nearly joined the cast. Casting decisions can redefine a film's legacy, and this production might have looked very different. Andie MacDowell was reportedly considered for the role of Cora, while Brian Cox was mentioned for Colonel Monroe. French actor Jean Reno was also discussed for the role of Montcalm. Each would have brought a distinct presence. MacDowell's warmth might have reshaped Cora's tone, Cox could have intensified the British authority figure, and Reno may have added a more pronounced European gravitas. Ultimately, the final cast defined the film's identity, yet imagining alternate choices offers a glimpse into how differently it might have unfolded. Number 17. Wes Studi's authentic depth. Wes Studi delivered one of the film's most powerful performances as Magua. Rather than portraying a simple antagonist, he infused the character with complexity rooted in loss and loyalty. Of Cherokee heritage, Studi brought personal cultural understanding to the role, even though Magua is Huron, adding emotional authenticity. His portrayal transformed Magua into a figure driven by grief and injustice rather than pure villainy, earning lasting praise as one of his career-defining performances. Number 18. Daniel Day-Lewis and the Cost of Immersion. Daniel Day-Lewis committed fully to embodying Hawkeye, and that dedication reportedly lingered long after filming ended. Remaining in character for months, carrying a flintlock rifle constantly, and speaking in period dialect, made his return to everyday life challenging. Reports suggest he experienced disorientation and emotional strain once production concluded. His intense method approach delivered a performance widely regarded as exceptional, but it also highlighted the personal toll such immersion can exact. Number 19. Dante Spinotti's award-winning cinematography. The film's breathtaking visuals are credited to cinematographer Dante Spinotti. His use of light and composition created a painterly atmosphere, capturing forests, rivers, and battlefields with epic scale. His work earned him the BAFTA Award for Best Cinematography. From torchlit nights to mist-covered lakes, every frame balanced realism with poetic beauty, allowing nature itself to feel like a character. Number 20. Praise from critics and audiences alike. Unlike many historical dramas that divide opinion, The Last of the Mohicans received widespread acclaim. Reviewers highlighted its emotional strength, sweeping direction, and technical craftsmanship. The film holds strong ratings on both Rotten Tomatoes and Metacritic, while CinemaScore audiences awarded it an A- grade. Both critics and moviegoers praised Daniel Day-Lewis's performance, Michael Mann's direction, and the unforgettable musical score. This rare blend of critical respect and audience enthusiasm cemented its reputation as one of the 1990s standout historical dramas. Number 21. The innovative crane shot. To capture the climactic cliffside confrontation, Michael Mann's team constructed a custom crane mounted on a truck, extending more than 30 feet. This allowed sweeping aerial movements that soared above cliffs and plunged into the action. Rather than relying on visual effects, the filmmakers achieved grandeur through practical engineering, resulting in one of the film's most iconic sequences. Number 22. The Zippers Remark. After enduring months of rugged outdoor production, Michael Mann humorously remarked that his next film would involve flat floors and modern clothing with zippers. The joke underscored the physical and logistical challenges of filming such an ambitious wilderness epic. Number 23. Multiple versions released. The film exists in several editions. The theatrical version ran approximately 112 minutes. Later expanded and definitive cuts adjusted scenes, pacing, and dialogue, with one version running about 114 minutes. Fans continue debating which version best represents Mann's vision, adding to the film's mystique. Number 24. Novel versus cinematic legend. The story originated in the novel by James Fenimore Cooper, which already blended history with romanticized storytelling. Mann's adaptation followed that tradition, reshaping real events of the French and Indian War to emphasize drama and emotion over strict accuracy. Both book and film demonstrate how storytelling can shape cultural memory through a mix of fact and imagination. Number 25. A lasting legacy. More than 3 decades later, The Last of the Mohicans continues to resonate. Its sweeping score, commanding performances, and striking landscapes have secured its place as a landmark historical drama. For Daniel Day-Lewis and Wes Studi, it marked defining moments in their careers. For Michael Mann, it proved his meticulous style could thrive in a period epic. The film endures not only for its spectacle, but for its emotional power and artistic ambition. It remains a story of love, survival, and cultural conflict that transcends time. The Last of the Mohicans was more than a film. It was a test of endurance, a cultural crossroads, and a technical achievement all in one. From Daniel Day-Lewis's wilderness immersion to the reshaped landscapes and unforgettable music, its behind-the-scenes stories reveal a production as adventurous as its narrative. These hidden details remind us why the film remains both a Hollywood achievement and a lasting work of cinematic art.